Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Beauty and Beyond. In today's video we are going to be talking about two new launches from Mars Cosmetics. So one is this all-in-one makeup kit that they have recently launched, and another one is this blush palette. Now I'm not sure if it's a recent launch or not, but I have seen this recently on Amazon and I thought it's really cute, so I got this one. Now just look at both the packagings. They are super cute. I have to say Mars aces with their packaging, and it's a great selling point. Both of these palettes are also pretty affordable, but whether they are worth your money or not, we got to check that out. So I'll be swatching the shades and I'll be creating this whole look with these two palettes, so stay tuned till the end of the video. Let's talk about the packaging first. Both of them are ultra cute, but this one especially has my heart. It's very beautiful, and even the inner packaging of this one is quite pretty. Let me show you. So this is how the inner packaging looks. It's very pretty. Now this is all I need makeup kit, which means that you get a bronzer, a highlighter and a blush, and along with that you also get this beautiful eyeshadow shades. So they wanted to make a compact palette in which you can get both face makeup and eye makeup. And then this one is also really compact, as you can see, and you get a lot of blush shades in this one. Let me swatch them for you so that you get a better understanding of the shades. Now that we are done with the swatches, let's move on to using these palettes. So at first I'm going to be taking the bronzer shade to bronze the face. I'm not using the blush from this palette because I have to show you the other palette. It is pretty pigmented and I think I took too much, so I'll just dust it off. If you can see, this is a very reddish brown. I would have preferred a darker brown, to be honest, but we can make do with this. It is creating the shadow that we want. Now that both the sides look pretty bronzed up, let's move on to the blush. There are a lot of options to choose from, and that is why I love this blush palette, but today we are going with this shade. It's a beautiful pink, light pink shade. As you can see, this is also very pigmented, so I'm just placing it on my cheeks. I got to say, this blush palette is beautiful. If you see my cheeks right now, they are looking all flushed and natural. There are many shades. If you want to go natural, you can choose the shades which are on the lighter side, and if you want to go bold with the blush, you can of course go with the bolder shades. Now for the highlighter, I am going to be using this shade. The highlighter is pretty subtle. I mean, you need to take up 2-3 times to get the pigmentation that you want. So this is what I got. I am not really impressed with the highlighter, I would say. Now let's try the highlighter on the blush palette. Now this highlighter I really like. You can see that in one swipe how much pigmentation I got, and the shade it has is also really beautiful. For the eye makeup, the first shade I'm taking is this one, and I'll put it on my crease. The pigmentation is pretty good, I would say, and it is blending really well, but you will get a little bit of flakiness, which you can just remove it with your fingers, but the flakiness from the eyeshadow gets transferred to your eyelids as well. Now I'll blend the shadow with this lighter shade right here. Then I'll take this darker brown shade and I will put both in the outer corner as well as in the inner corners of my eye. I am surely struggling to get the pigmentation out of this shade, so this particular dark shade is not a good one. I have already applied 2-3 layers and I'm not getting the dark pigment that I want. Now I'm going to be taking these two shimmer shades and I will apply the darker shades on the outer corners. The pigmentation of the shimmers work better if you are picking it up with your fingers and not with the brush. So I'm done with the eye look, and this is how it looks. It's a very neutral kind of a look. Now let's review these two palettes in detail. If you ask me between the two of them which one should you get, I would say get this one. The reason being, all the shades in this are pretty good for a blush, and it also has a highlighter which works really well. Now in this palette you can of course go for this one. You might think that this is really handy because it has the face contours, the highlighters, and also the blush. So you get everything like eye makeup stuff and also face makeup stuff in this. So it's like an all-in-one kind of a palette. But if you see the shades, you can only do a limited kind of looks with the eyeshadow shades that they have provided. That is what I feel, because most of them are in the brown family, so you will only be able to do something in the brown. And also I did not feel that this contour or bronzer shade is something which looks really good, because it's really reddish. So it's more of a reddish brown kind of a shade, which I did not like. The highlighter again is not up to the mark. The blush I have not tried, so I can't tell you that, but let's check out the blush shade. So yeah, I would say the blush is pretty pigmented, but when it comes to the highlighter, it's not pigmented and it's kind of a dark highlighter. Now the eyeshadow shades are pretty good. Apart from the darker shade, all others performed really well. Even the shimmer ones are really good. So that's a good point. Now the big question, whether I would suggest you to buy this or not. If you are someone who already has a lot of eyeshadow palettes and you also have face makeup palettes like the contour highlighters, then you do not need this palette because it's just an average palette. But if you are someone who is getting into makeup and you want all of this in one handy palette, or you might be traveling and you want shades like this, then you can go for this one. But otherwise, if you already have things like this, then no need to buy this one. Now this palette is something I would recommend you to buy. They say that it's a 3-in-1 palette, so you get a blusher, highlighter and eyeshadow, but most of it looks like different shades of blusher and a highlighter. So if you see the packaging, they have mentioned what is what. Like if you see this one, it says blush and highlighter, then it says blush, and then you have blush and eyeshadow right here. So you get two shimmer shades in this one. This is the highlighter shade and this is an eyeshadow shade, but of course you can use it as a blush. Apart from that, if you see all the other shades, they are great as blush. You get a coral one, you get a lighter coral one, and then you have a pink and then a lighter pink. All the shades are very beautiful. The price is affordable, the pigmentation is really good, the packaging is super cute. So all in all, it's a great blush palette. If you want to experiment with different shades, then definitely go for this one. With that, I finished my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked any of the product and you want to buy them, you can go to my description box. The links will be there. You can click there and directly purchase from there. And I'll see you next week with another video. Take care till then. Tata.